welcome back to our basic science class. In the previous class, we discussed about the first human space journey. Let's do a quick revision of this through an animated video. Vostok 1, the spacecraft of Soviet Union, took Yuri Gagarin, the first cosmonaut, to space on 12th April 1961. In the space, he spent only 108 minutes. In between this, he rotated once around the Earth. First time in the situation of fakelessness, he ate food and drank water. As he made re-entry, he felt some technical problems in spacecraft, almost causing disaster. It shocked Gagarin. As he re-entered to Earth's atmosphere, he experiences forces up to 8 times the force gravity but remained conscious. When the space vehicle Vostok 1 reached 7 kilometers from the Earth, he used parachute to get down to the Earth. He landed safely near a river which is some distance away from the actual landing place. Yuri Gagarin was made a national hero of the Soviet Union. He became a global celebrity. He died on March 27th in 1968 during an accident in a military training flight when he was just 34 years old. We send not only humans but animals and many devices to the space for scientific studies. You might have heard of artificial satellites. Now, let us learn more about them. Artificial satellites are vehicles containing devices and sent to space by human beings for different purposes. Today, thousands of satellites of different countries revolve around the Earth. The first artificial satellite launched was Sputnik 1 by Russia on 4th October 1957. The space age began with its launching. Internationally, October 4th to 10 is observed as Space Week. This week is observed to commemorate the launching of Sputnik 1 on 4th October 1957 and the signing of the International Space Peace Agreement on 10th October 1959. ISRO, the Space Agency of India, conducts a wide range of competitions for school students every year in connection with Space Week. What are the uses of artificial satellites? Yes, artificial satellites are used in weather forecasting, telecommunication, that is TV, radio, mobile phones, internet, etc. to identify fishery resources. It is used in military and defense activities to identify land resources such as petroleum, minerals, etc. for space research, to provide guidelines for land, sea, air transport, for the study of forest lands and wetlands, etc. Let's now watch some videos of the important events in the history of space research. Have you ever heard about Leica? A stray dog which became the first animal both enter space and orbit Earth. Leica's heroic story is tragic. During the space race, the Soviet Union sent dogs to suborbital space to see if they would suffer in weightlessness. A scout from the Russian space program found Leica on the streets of Moscow. She was resourceful, photogenic and perfect for cramped spacecraft. Leica's journey on November 3, 1957 was relatively successful. She was never meant to return. She was alive on. She reached orbit but died shortly because the spacecraft shield was broken down. But Leica did orbit Earth a few times before its spacecraft overheated. She proved that living beings could survive the G-forces of a rocket launch and an entry in orbit. The launching of Americans' first artificial satellite on 1958 is another important event in the history of space research. After the Soviet Union successfully launched the first satellite Sputnik 1 ever to orbit the Earth, the United States was under enormous pressure to create their own satellite program built by a team of more than 100 engineers, electronic experts. Explorer 1 became the first American satellite to orbit the Earth just 4 months later. Which is the India's first artificial satellite? Do you know? Yes, you are right, Aryabhatta. It was built by the Indian Space Research Organization. It was launched by India from Kapustin Yar, a Russian rocket launch and development site in Astrakhan Oblast on 19th April 1975. Cosmos 3M launch vehicle was used to launch this satellite. How great work, isn't it? As we already discussed, we need to send artificial satellites and humans to space study. Rockets are the launching vehicles used for these purposes. Do you know which is the largest rocket ever made? Yes, it is Saturn V. You have seen that a ball thrown up comes down. This is because the Earth attracts the ball. The primary function of the rocket is to take humans and satellites to space, overcoming the gravitational pull of the Earth. Let's watch a video of Saturn V rocket launch. Very interesting, isn't it? My dear children, there is a project for you. Make a model of rocket using cardboard or thermocol. Okay children, it's all for today. We shall meet on next class. Thank you.